This is the second video, Day 10, 12 Days of Christmas. I'm John Cameron. The first part of this video has never been shared in over 9 years. We could not conclude the 12 Days of Christmas without remembering and honoring Kristen Forsovich. We miss her so much. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Christmas time.
Well, what an incredible honor it is to be here this evening. You know, I remember being in the kids' choir, just like you saw here tonight. We would be behind the tree, and I would always be trying to look around the side and try to get a peek at the ladies in their beautiful dresses, singing their beautiful songs, because I would dream of being just like them. When you're that age, all you have are your hopes and dreams ahead of you. And in so many ways, I can tell you a lot of my hopes and dreams have come true. I've been able to travel. I'm a wife. I'm a mother to 3 incredible little boys. And yet, my life hasn't quite turned out the way I imagined. I often like to compare life to the ocean. Sometimes you can just be floating on top of the waves, enjoying the ride that they have to offer. But other times, those waves can feel like they're crashing down on you, like you're drowning, and you can't catch your breath. And I can certainly relate to that. My first wave hit in 2008, and I was 1 month away from having my first son, Beckett. I had an ultrasound, and it revealed that he had some abnormalities in his brain. And we didn't know what that would be like. We had a lot of doctor's appointments and a lot of questions that actually couldn't be answered because we didn't know what Beckett would be like until he got here and until he started to grow up. To this day, because of those abnormalities in his brain, he is still unable to walk independently. He's 3.5, but he is an amazing little boy. Later on in that same year, my husband and I were driving on the highway. It was actually around this time of year. And we were driving on the highway outside of the city, and it was snowy and windy, and we witnessed a head-on collision. And one of the ladies in the vehicles died instantly, and we were the first on the scene. And as I sat in the comfort of my home later on that evening, replaying the events of the day in my head, I couldn't help but be completely altered by the realization of how quickly life can change. Instantly. That lesson was reaffirmed in spring 2009 when my mother-in-law got diagnosed with kidney cancer. And 4 short months later, at the age of 51, she passed away. And in the last days of my mother-in-law's life, I had to watch my sister-in-law, Melanie, begin a journey of her own. Melanie was supporting her younger sister, Caitlin, through battling brain cancer. Caitlin lost her battle, and she was only 17. And watching Melanie having to go through that and feeling completely helpless was so hard to do. I got pregnant with my second son, Taven, that fall, and Taven came into the world in June 2010. And I thought, okay, we're gonna start floating again. And then another wave. I got diagnosed with kidney cancer. 13 months after my mother-in-law passed away from the same disease. I was scheduled to have surgery in November, and life decided to throw yet something else and I was pregnant with my third son. So now, when we were talking about surgery, we weren't talking about just me. We were talking about, there was two of us now. But with the help of my surgeon and his incredible team, in February, I had a tumor removed from my right kidney, and everything was great. Any concerns that had risen about baby and surgery were completely crushed when Lincoln came into the world weighing 9'5". In August, I was scheduled to have my first 6-month post-op checkup, and I completely was sure I was going to walk in there and they were going to say, "Everything looks great, we'll see you in 6 months." But instead I heard them saying, "You know, there's some lymph nodes that aren't looking right." So I had a CT scan, and that CT scan told us that the cancer had spread to my lymph nodes, my spine, and my left lung. I met with my doctor, and he told me that I have 1 to 2 years left to live. So no, my life hasn't turned out how I imagined at all. And yet, I love my life. I have discovered and found joy that I didn't even know was attainable. I wouldn't change a thing. I love my life. So this evening, when John asked me to share my story with you, woo! Could you imagine? Could you even imagine? Really? My tidal wave, I biff it on Jubilee Auditorium. Seriously. So John asked me to share my story with you, and he also asked me to sing a song. And you emailed me a couple suggestions, and I said, I don't like those. And so I suggested, what if we wrote one? Let's write one. And so we did. I'm so glad we did. Yeah. And so I hope you enjoy it this evening.
Your tears are falling, your heart is breaking, your friends and family gather around. It's Christmas time, but you force a smile. Life's troubles bring you down, and through your brokenness and unfilled dreams, you think of Christmas time and what it really means. Well, that baby in a manger, he made a path, he made a way. He'll bring you hope for tomorrow and strength to face each day. There is a joy you can have, something you cannot hide. It brings you hope, it brings you peace. It will come and change your life. And though your heart may be broken and your world may seem destroyed, it's Christmas time, bring
Two more days of 12 Days of Christmas. Stay safe, everyone.